If you're an average man and you're watching this video, can you still get success with women? I've been a dating coach for 12 years now, and the answer to this question always poses me with something of a fine line to tread. You see, on the one hand, the answer is very much yes, an average guy can get a partner. That isn't really so hard as I think a lot of guys think it is, if you know how. But on the other end of the spectrum, you've got the fact that I think a lot of dating coaches promise the world to men. And in fact, a lot of the ways that dating coaches, I think, promise guys and make guys believe they're entitled to certain results can leave a lot of men damaged and jaded and angry, not just at dating coaches, but at women and the world in general. And I think what's really important and what I really want to talk to you about today is, based on my 12 years experience as a working, paid, successful dating coach, if I don't hold punches, if I tell you really how it is with women for average guys, what would that look like? What should you expect? You know, it's not always pretty, but I want to tell you exactly what the world is like, not from, not the red pill or the MGTOW vantage point, but how I really see it in my day-to-day work, working with average men. So keep watching to find out. Now, when most men see the word average in the title, or they hear me say an average man, I know what most guys are thinking of. They're thinking about looks exclusively, right? Hey, if you look average, can you do okay with women? But truthfully, average is so much more than just how you look. Average is, it's how you come across as a man. Do you live an average life? Do you have average hobbies? Do you have average friends? Do you have an average lifestyle? Do you have an average job and an average income with average passions or no passions? Because the average man really doesn't have a lot of passions that he ever follows, right? He has average or no particular interests that make him interesting. There's nothing that stands out about him, the life he lives, his dreams, his passions, anything about him. It's all average. And if I take a man who is actually all average, not just looks, we've expanded that definition out, can he still find a partner? Can he still find a long-term partner to date him? And the answer is yes. Now, the answer is yes on two fronts. If you just do the personal litmus test, head down to a shopping center, look around. Go down to your grocery store. What do you see? You see a lot of couples, most of whom are not attractive, right? Guys who are average, below average in looks, they're there with their long-term partners and their kids in their family, hanging out, doing the whole long-term relationship thing. They've managed to find a woman who finds them attractive, who wants to date them, who wants to have sex with them, evidenced by the fact he's got kids. All that is there for the average guy. But if you don't want to trust that litmus test, just look at the statistics. So recent Pew research from 2019, looking at single men and women, what do you see? Average man aged between 18 and 29 is single. The average woman between 18 to 29, 32% is single, so only a third. 30 to 49, 27% of men are single versus 19% of women. Now, on the face of it, this looks like, oh my God, half of men can't find a partner, which still means if you're more or less average, you can, statistically. But more than that, if you look more on this research, it's not quite true, because 60% of adults, or if you look at the same study, 60% of adults aren't looking for a long-term relationship. So you have to take that down, that 51% of men, to now 20 to 25% of men are involuntarily single, right? That's in their 20s. Once you get to the 30s, it gets down to like 10 to 12% of men are involuntarily single. So yes, average is certainly capable of getting into a relationship, finding a woman who finds you attractive and wants to date you. That's a thing, just looking at the numbers. But here's my gripe. You shouldn't aspire to being average. Average is not a good place to be, right? If we think average, just think about the obesity in a number of countries around the world. The average person is overweight. You don't want to be average. That's unhealthy. It's the same thing here in relationships. The average relationship is not happy. I'm willing to bet most long-term relationships have big problems. The average couple ends in divorce. The average couple has baggage. The average man finds himself sexless after children enter the scene. The average man finds himself in relationships where the wife and they never really listen to each other. They're frustrated. They've got resentment. They're angry. They stay together because of the kids, because of the family, but they're not really on the board. The man feels like he can't be himself, or he's not allowed to go see his friends, or yada, yada, yada. The average man has all these things in a relationship that, frankly, is disgusting, that you shouldn't put up with. But that's average. And you, watchers of my channel, I don't think you really want that average. On the contrary, what you should be aspiring towards is being somehow exceptional. Now, I don't mean exceptional to be super famous, super good looking, all these kind of crazy ends of the spectrum. I just want you to be better than the average bear in some areas of your life. You could be exceptional by having exceptional hobbies, exceptional passions. You could be exceptionally funny. You could be exceptionally confident, exceptionally good communicator. You could be exceptionally connected to your masculine or your sexuality and be really exceptional at expressing that. You could have, exceptional passions that you follow and pursue, or you could have an exceptionally great knowledge about certain topics. Exceptionally well-traveled. Whatever it is, it's going to be different for every man. I'm not saying this is a laundry list of things you should be exceptional at. The truth is that no man is average. This is the thing. This is the thing that really gets me. No man is actually average. You may be average in looks, and you can do a lot to improve that, but you're not actually, as a man, you're not average. You know what average is? Average is what results in a man who never truly expresses himself, right? You just conform completely to this little lifestyle you create for yourself. You never really pursue your dreams or your passions or go hunting to discover what those dreams or passions might be. You never express yourself fully because you don't want to upset people or change people's viewpoint of who they think you are or lose friends. You hold back on all these aspects of yourself, and what you become is this amorphous, uninspiring, unexceptional human being. And that is not who you are. No man that I've met yet in my 12 years is actually that man. A lot of men are like that right now, but that's not who they are inside. You are exceptional. You have things about you that are crying out to be exceptional, but you're not expressing that. Now, I don't think that you should be getting into that stuff for women, because I'll be honest, it takes time. And I think this is where dating coaches in general really do a lot of damage, because they promise men you can get great with women fast, right? Really quickly. Just follow my 10 easy steps and you'll have women falling off you. The truth of the matter is that if you're average, you can get decidedly average, exceptionally average women to do that. And that is okay if that's what you want, but my experience is most men don't want that. For most men, that is below what they're willing to accept from a woman, from a partner. And so what they end up doing is like, oh, I can't really attract any of the women I want still, even though I've learned all these skills. And I think that's where I think dating coaches let men down, and I'm ashamed in that way to be a part of that community where men are made to feel that way because they feel defective, like something's wrong, because they're not meeting the mark that was promised. Even with the help of a professional, they're still not getting the results they hope they could. They must be broken as a man. But in truth, you need to be exceptional. You need to work on you, becoming the man you're dying to become. I know in every single man I talk to, there's a part of them that's begging to be let loose. It's begging to come out. When I talk about your dark masculinity, your dark sexuality, expressing your true self, this kind of stuff, it invigorates men and inspires them to change. When you become that man, you're going to attract exceptional women into your life. And I don't just mean exceptionally good looking. If you want women who spend all their time focused on looks and superficial stuff, you're going to have to become a man who has a lot of looks and superficial stuff to offer. By the way, I don't recommend that. That doesn't create healthy, happy relationships. So that shouldn't really be what you're aspiring towards either. But if you want in your life a cute girl who has a huge amount to offer, who's exceptional in her own ways, if that's what you want, and I think you all do, you need to be an exceptional man yourself, and it's going to take time. So I recommend right now you start thinking about, how do I want to express myself in the world? What do I want? How am I going to fill my life with things that I actually want to be doing? How can I become the master of my life and my lifestyle? How can I create friendships I want? What hobbies do I want to get engaged with? Do I want to start meditating, do yoga, base jumping, motorcycling, bicycling, get more fit? Do I want to eat better? Do I want to start learning about health and fitness? Do I want to start traveling more? Do I want to start getting more into, I don't know, whatever it is. Different things, different folks, every different strokes for every different folk. But that's what you got to do. And you got to do it now. Don't wait, because it's going to take you time, like good amount of time, like a year plus to start becoming that man. But when you do, if you do start becoming that man because you want it to live a better life, not because you want to be better with women. But then when you turn your attention to women and you get a dating coach, someone like me, someone who knows how to build the social skills required to really attract incredible women, bam, the results come quickly. They really do. I mean, ask any dating coach and he can throw you a bunch of examples of men who have come to him struggling to get women. And then, within a couple of days of coaching, bam, he's like killing it. He's like going crazy, got women falling off him. Every dating coach has had these men, but that's only 10% of the guys who come to him because the rest of the guys aren't exceptional yet. They are exceptional deep down inside, but they haven't expressed it fully. But when you do, the change, yes, then it can be pretty dang rapid. I'd like to know what this video has made you think and feel. In the comments below, let me know. I know that some men may find this message a little abrasive, some men may find it uplifting, other men may find it pushes them down. Let me know what you think. I think a lot of this brutal honesty where it's not all negative, it's not all positive, is crucial to men's self-development. I don't think there's enough of it. If you've liked this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe. The more subscribers I get, the more videos like this I can make. As always, take care, stay safe out there, and I look forward to seeing you in my future videos.